Hey guys, welcome to today's Tuesday Talk. Today's going to be all about habit shifting. Now, a common question that I get as a health and fitness coach when people come to me is, how long will it take me to reach my goal? Now, I can plan out a timeline as to if you give me your goal weight and taking into account sustainable weight loss, and if you are abiding by your protocol, I can give you an estimated timeline based on when you will reach your goal. However, that's not to say that when you reach your goal, you can just return to your old habits and live your life with your new dream body, because that's not going to happen. When you switch back to your old habits, you're going to be gaining the weight back. And that's just how it is. So these habits that I work on shifting with my clients need to last forever. And you need to practice them on a daily basis. So I'm going to be going over all of the habits that I work on shifting with my clients and exactly what I do to help them create that shift. So first off, I want to say that your health is not a quick fix. It is purely for life. It is not a 8-week or 3-month crash diet, again, like I said, where you're going to revert back to your old habits. It's going to take consistency, patience, and dedication. But something really powerful that I tell myself and to my clients as well is that time's going to pass anyways. So if you look at your health as being forever, you're going to reach your physique goals along the way. And time is going to pass either way, so you might as well spend it working towards your goals. Or you can spend the rest of your life wondering what if. So there's a few reasons why I don't provide a quick fix or promote a quick fix. Number one, it's unsustainable. All of these fad diets that are promoting your dream body in 8 weeks or 3 months, it's a lie. And you're going to realize halfway through you're not making the progress you thought you should be making. Also, it's very unsustainable because they're so restrictive. Oftentimes they'll cut out a whole macronutrient group like carbs or even fats. And they severely restrict your diets, cut your calories, make you avoid your favorite foods, to the point where you might be really good during the week, and then the weekend comes around and you binge and go crazy and say you'll start back over on Monday. You're not going to make any progress that way. Number two, it leads to this poor relationship with food, which many of us already have. And if you practice a fad diet, it's just going to enhance it tenfold. So when you take part in these crash diets, they're going to tell you what foods are healthy, what foods are not. And it creates this idea in your head that there's certain foods that make you gain weight and certain foods that make you lose weight, which is absolutely not the case. All it comes down to is if you're eating in a calorie deficit or you're not, and has nothing to do with the foods. However, some foods you eat, yes, will be more volume. You'll be able to eat more foods for your calories, or you can have a cookie that won't leave you full and provides barely any nutrition. However, it's all about realizing that balance. And within these crash diets and fad diets, they don't educate you on that. So you're stuck with kind of this poor relationship with food, identifying some foods as healthy, some foods as not, and it's just very restrictive. Number three, no knowledge is gained. So most likely once that diet comes to an end, you're going to revert back to your old habits because it's all you know. You didn't learn how to create a well-balanced meal. You didn't learn how to hit your protein goal daily with foods that you regularly like. You just didn't gain any knowledge on how to make this sustainable. All you were doing was following a guide step by step, and maybe you made it all the way through, maybe you didn't. Most likely you didn't because they're very restrictive. Number four, it wrecks your metabolism. Most of these fad diets, you're consuming barely any calories. And something amazing that our body does when we do eat such low calories is our body protects us by adapting to those calories. So when we're eating, let's say 1,200 calories a day, we're going to lose weight at first. However, our body is going to adapt to those calories, realizing we're in such a large deficit, and slows down the amount of calories we burn daily because it wants to protect us. Our body thinks that we're in this kind of starvation and we need to reserve our energy stores because if that continues, we'll wither away. So it's an amazing thing our body does, but just be aware that our body does adapt to the calories. So partaking in one of these fad diets is most likely going to wreck your metabolism. And last but not least, I'm sure you've been a victim of these multiple fad diets that I'm talking about, some of them including military diet, keto, Weight Watchers, Atkins. There's thousands out there. So, what do I focus on? I focus on shifting my clients' habits so that when our time does come to an end, they're able to continue their health and fitness journey in my absence for the rest of their life because I have given them all the education and tools in their toolbox that they can continue. And they know how to make their well balanced meals. They know how to hit their protein goal daily. They know what hitting their 6 to 10,000 steps a day looks like. To get up every few hours and just walk around and move your body, or take a walk after your food to aid in digestion, things like that, that I educate them on that they're going to take with them for the rest of their life. And that's something that no fad diet is going to give you. Number two is, believe me, I would love to work with you forever. However, it will get to a point, and my clients realize this, where they know what they're doing. They have it in their hands, and maybe they just need me for the accountability, and they like to have me for the accountability, which I absolutely love holding them accountable. But it'll get to the point where they realize that they can do it on their own, and they're doing it on their own. And it's become ingrained in them, and it's a part of them now, their health and their fitness. They don't even think twice about having a high protein breakfast. It's just their go-to. Things like that they just take with them forever is so amazing. And last but not least, these are small habit changes that, when shifted in the right direction, lead to such large changes. So small habits that you think seem really insignificant on a day-to-day basis, like getting your water in or getting your 2 servings of fruits and veggies a day. That seems so small, but when you zoom out and look at a week's worth, let's say you got in your steps every day, that's a few hundred calories more that you're burning because you got in your steps every day. Now, if you're doing your fruits and veggies, that's so much more fiber you're getting into your diet, and you're going to feel so much more satiated. Your gut is going to be on point. Your digestion is going to be great. So such small changes that, when practiced daily over time, lead to such large changes. So these are the exact habits that I focus on shifting first with my clients when they come to me and they really don't know where to start. They seem lost and they just want some guidance, and not to be overwhelmed too, because that's really important that we don't take a client from 0 to 100. So I'm just going to go through all of these habits. Number one, if they come to me and they're skipping breakfast, we're going to switch that habit and we're going to start each day with a high protein breakfast. Typically like 40 grams or more. 35 or more is great too. Number two is not moving from your desk all day if you work a desk job. We're not going to do that. We're going to take a 5-minute break every 2 hours and just walk around. Maybe it's taking a step outside and getting some vitamin D, or you want to just walk around in your office. That's totally fine. Whatever it is, just every 2 hours, set that alarm and walk for just 5 minutes. If you're getting pretty much no fruits or veggies daily, we're going to shift that and shoot for 1 to 2 servings of each daily. If you're drinking alcohol 3 times a week, we're going to cut back and we're going to try drinking alcohol just 1 day a week and try not to go super crazy. If you're eating out 5+ times a week, we're going to shift that. We're going to cook a little bit more home meals. We're going to meal prep ingredients, not actual meals. So having ground turkey, ground beef, just proteins ready to go in the fridge, along with some carbs and veggies that you can make different meals with. So we're going to shift that, and we're going to try and eat out just 2 times a week. If you're drinking sugary drinks and constantly have to have at least a Coke a day, we're going to switch to a Diet Coke. We're going to find a low or no sugar alternative. Maybe that looks like an Olipop. If you're not working out, we don't need to work out 7 days a week, guys. If you're not working out, shoot for 1 to 2 days a week of working out and do something that you like. It doesn't have to be weightlifting. It could be swimming. It could be taking out that bike that's collecting dust in your garage, whatever that looks like. And last but not least, if you're sleeping just 6 hours or less a night, we're going to shoot for 8+ hours of sleep 5 days a week. Now, once I see that my client is constantly hitting those habits, it takes some time to adjust to those habits and not even have to think twice about it. But once I notice that typically takes anywhere from 1 to 3 months for them to really be on it, then we'll go ahead and progress those habits a little bit further. It should be to a point where they don't even have to think about eating a high protein breakfast. They don't have to think about prioritizing their fruits and veggies. They don't have to think about getting in their steps each day and taking that walk every 2 hours. It's just ingrained in them at this point. When that happens, we progress those habits even a little bit further. And this is what that looks like. Instead of starting each day with a high protein breakfast, we're going to center each dish, each meal around a high protein. So not only breakfast is going to be high protein, but each meal, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, are all going to have anywhere from 30 to 40 grams plus. If you're taking a 5-minute walk every 2 hours, we're going to look at the whole day and we're going to shoot for 6,000 to 10,000 steps a day. If you're having 1 to 2 servings of fruit and veggies daily, we're going to shoot for 2+ servings of each daily. If you're drinking alcohol 1 time a week, we are going to try and drink on occasion, and we're going to try and shift and choose an alcohol that is lower in calories. So instead of always going for a margarita that's typically high in sugar, higher in calories, we're going to switch maybe to a tequila soda with lime, or finding something that you like, maybe tequila, soda, a splash of pineapple juice, and lime. Just making smarter decisions. If you're eating out 2 times a week, well, that's okay. That's totally fine, and that's normal. But we're just going to create some awareness around eating out. So for example, lots of restaurants use heavy oil and butter when they eat out. So if we know that ahead of time, we're going to ask them to go light on the oil and butter. We're not going to get our protein deep fried. We're going to get a protein maybe grilled or or sauteed or whatever that looks like, just a cleaner version of that protein. So just creating more awareness to stay on track when we do eat out, because eating out is a part of our culture. It is. If we're substituting for a low or no sugar alternative, for example, the Coke to Diet Coke, we're going to switch that Diet Coke over to water. And track our water and shoot for 64 ounces of water daily. Now, I'm not saying you can't enjoy a Diet Coke here and there, absolutely, or an Olipop. You absolutely can, and if that's your guilty pleasure once a day, absolutely go for it. There's nothing wrong with it, but we want to be aware and just make small shifts to get our water in. And if you're getting our water in and you want to add that Diet Coke onto it, that is cool with me. If you're working out 1 to 2 times a week, we can progress that a little bit further. Work out 3 to 5 times a week, whatever fits your schedule. If it's only 3 days a week, that is totally fine. And I don't mean to say only 3 days a week. If it's 3 days a week, that's great. If it's 5 days a week, that's great too. Whatever fits in your schedule and it's going to be sustainable for you. If you're shooting for 8+ hours of sleep 5 days a week, we're going to shoot for 8+ hours of sleep every single day. So in summary, I just want to say your health is not a quick fix. It is not an 8-week, 3-month quick fix where you're going to revert back to your old habits. It is truly for life that I expect my clients to practice forever. So stop trying these fad diets that are promising you your dream body in 8 weeks. I know you have tried it before, and don't continue to do the same thing over and over and expect different results, because it's not going to happen. You need to change your approach if you want to see different results. Begin with small habit change and progress on those habits. You don't have to go from 0 to 100 overnight. In fact, if you go from not working out to working out 7 days a week and only eating clean foods, guess what? You're setting yourself up for failure. What you want to do is implement small habit change. Things that you're going to be able to stick to daily, again, that seem insignificant, but over time will lead you to your end goal. So if you practice all of these habit changes, you will make steady progress. I am giving you exactly what I guide my clients through. The only thing you're not getting is the accountability and the step-by-step process that I give to my clients, because unfortunately it is all customized to them and how they're coming to me and their current habits and how we can shift them to fit that within their schedule. But this is exactly how I guide my clients to live a healthy and sustainable lifestyle. So I hope that you found this presentation valuable. And if you have any questions, please drop them below. But this is a step-by-step guide on how you can start shifting your habits to reach your health and fitness goals and live a sustainable, healthy life.